Every day, I wake up at 3 a.m. The early morning hours are silent, free of distractions, making it the ideal environment for focus. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about how they can earn money, but here's the thing. If you work on becoming the best version of yourself, money will naturally follow. You have to understand that self-improvement is the key to wealth, not the other way around. When you invest in yourself, your skills, your discipline, your health, you set yourself up for success that goes beyond material gain. The way I treat my time is similar to how most people treat their money, with utmost care. I plan each day meticulously, ensuring that every hour is spent on something productive that gets me closer to my goals. It's not about being busy for the sake of being busy, but about being intentional with every minute. I divide my day into blocks of time dedicated to specific tasks. Whether it's work, exercise, or family, each activity has its designated place, and I make sure to win in each of those moments. Most people fail not because they lack opportunities, but because they lack discipline in managing their time. In our fast-paced world, many people are constantly chasing after material wealth, aiming to buy the next big thing, whether it be a luxury car, designer clothing, or the latest gadget. Society teaches us that money equals success, and that the more we accumulate, the happier we'll be. But is that really true? What if there is something far more valuable, something that cannot be bought or regained once it is lost? The answer lies not in material possessions, but in how we value our time. Time, unlike money, is irreplaceable. Once spent, it's gone forever. What sets successful people apart from the rest isn't how much money they have, but how they utilize their time, recognizing its true worth. This mindset shift is at the core of what drives true fulfillment and success, a lesson that we often overlook. The truth is, many of us are worshiping money, something that can be printed every day. But no one is printing time. Every second that passes is gone forever, and yet we treat time as if it's endless, while obsessing over accumulating more money. Money can always be earned back, but time cannot. You have to ask yourself, why are you spending more time worrying about something that can be recreated instead of cherishing what is truly finite? The problem lies in our mindset. We are so focused on what society deems important that we forget what truly matters. The value of time is immeasurable, and until you realize that, you will continue to chase the wrong things. Once I understood the value of time, everything changed. I stopped chasing every opportunity that came my way. I stopped trying to do what others were doing, and instead focused on becoming the best at what I do. When you become exceptional in your field, opportunities start chasing you. I crafted my own space in this industry by mastering my craft to the point where my contribution is unique. And the reason many people struggle is that they are operating at 50%, trying to imitate someone who is functioning at 100%. You can't achieve the same results if you're not putting in the same effort. Mastery requires total dedication. Half measures will never yield extraordinary outcomes. Think about why diamonds are so valuable. They are rare. If you want to be valuable, you have to make yourself rare. Most people are content with being like everyone else, doing what everyone else does, thinking like everyone else thinks. But if you want to stand out, you have to be different. You have to carve out your own identity and be exceptional. Being average is easy. Anyone can do that. But becoming rare means dedicating yourself to a path that few are willing to take. I take full ownership of everything in my life. When something goes wrong, I don't blame others, even if it's not directly my fault. Why? Because blaming others means giving them power over my life. When you take responsibility, you take control. You are in the driver's seat, and you have the power to change the situation. Average people avoid responsibility. They are quick to point fingers and find excuses. But those who achieve greatness are willing to take ownership, no matter the circumstances. They do whatever it takes to reach their goals. My journey to becoming number one wasn't easy. I remember when my wife was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It was one of the hardest moments of our lives. The doctors told her she had to quit her job, and I could see how devastated she was. My wife's career meant everything to her. She loved being a nurse and helping others. But now, she was faced with the prospect of giving it all up. I looked at her and realized that I needed to step up. I needed to make sure she would never have to work again if she didn't want to. I asked her how much she made. $5,000 a month. I did the math. $60,000 a year. 1.8 million over 30 years. That became my target. I woke up every day with one mission: to make sure my wife would be taken care of for the rest of her life. That's why I say, if you're waking up just to buy material things, you won't be able to compete with me. If your goal is a fancy car or a big house, your motivation will fade when things get tough. But my motivation is my family, my wife, my children. I'm fighting for their future, for their happiness, for their health. I'm making sure my wife doesn't end up in a wheelchair if I can help it. I'm making sure she doesn't lose her sight or her memory if there's anything I can do about it. That's what drives me. I studied everything I could about multiple sclerosis so I could understand how to help her. I found out that reducing stress and getting enough vitamin D were crucial. That's why we moved to Southern California, for the sunlight, for the stability, for her health. People ask me why I made those sacrifices, why I uprooted my life to move across the country. The answer is simple. My why is stronger than any obstacle. In the first year we lived in San Diego, my wife told me something that made it all worth it. She said, "I haven't needed to take a nap since we moved here." The sun energized her in a way that nothing else could. And that's when I knew I'd made the right decision. Most people can't do what I do because their why isn't strong enough. When life knocks them down, they stay down because they don't have a reason to get back up. If your why is strong enough, no setback can keep you down. You will find a way to push through the pain, to overcome every challenge, and to keep moving forward. The reality is, life will test you. If you're aiming for millions, if you want to achieve greatness, life will throw punches at you. And when those punches come, if you don't have a deeper reason driving you, you'll stay down. But if your purpose is strong, you'll get back up every time. You have to will yourself through the tough times. Some challenges require skill, but others require pure willpower. Without a clear vision, you lack direction. And without direction, there can be no progress. The reason many people struggle to get out of bed in the morning is because they have nothing meaningful to get up for. When I reflect on my journey, I realize that every challenge, every setback was a lesson in disguise. It taught me the importance of resilience, of never giving up, no matter how tough things got. The key takeaway here is that life is not about the material things you can accumulate. It's about the impact you make and the legacy you leave behind. Time is your most precious asset. Use it wisely. Don't waste it chasing things that don't matter. Invest in yourself, cherish your loved ones, and never lose sight of what truly matters. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you made, but about how you spent your time and who you became in the process. Life isn't just a series of goals to check off a list. It's a journey that requires meaning and depth. Often people get caught up in the superficial aspects of success. They measure their worth by their bank account balance or by the type of car parked in their driveway. But those things are fleeting. They can disappear in an instant, and they don't bring lasting happiness. True success is about waking up every day with purpose, knowing that what you do has meaning. It's about overcoming obstacles and growing stronger with each challenge. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and knowing that you gave it your all. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that discipline and intention are more powerful than talent. Talent can only take you so far. Without hard work and dedication, even the most talented individuals will fall short of their potential. When I decided to take charge of my life, I realized that every action, every decision mattered. I started to plan not just my days, but my weeks, my months, and even my years. I asked myself, where do I want to be in 5 years? What steps do I need to take today to get there? The clarity that came from setting those intentions transformed my life. It's easy to let time slip through our fingers when we're not paying attention. It's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never. The harsh truth is, time waits for no one. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to act now. You have to seize every opportunity, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it scares you. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. And the more you push yourself to do what's difficult, the more you expand your capabilities. You become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. I want you to take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are you using your time wisely? Are you investing in yourself, in your health, in your relationships? Or are you spending your days chasing things that won't matter in the end? It's time to reevaluate your priorities. It's time to focus on what truly matters. The legacy you leave behind isn't about the material possessions you accumulated. It's about the lives you touched, the people you inspired, and the difference you made in the world. When you focus on those things, everything else falls into place. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's about the person you become along the way. It's about facing challenges head-on and refusing to give up. It's about being the kind of person who lifts others up, who leads by example, and who lives with integrity. When you prioritize your time, when you invest in yourself and those you love, you create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. And that, my friends, is worth more than all the money in the world.